So it's finally time for our main event, Manny Pacquiao versus Miguel Cotto. And all indications are this is yet another massive economic event for boxing. The fight so many have waited for all year is finally here. Pacquiao versus Cotto is being brought to you by MGM Grand, the city of entertainment in Las Vegas. Cerveza Tecate con Carácter. Aeromexico, travel the world. See what happens when a guy walks into a pawn shop on an all-new season of Pawn Stars, only on History. AT&T and its Go Phone Unlimited Talk and Text package for $60, including unlimited text messages to Mexico and the Dominican Republic. And by HBO Pay-Per-View, the best in pay-per-view entertainment, brought to you by HBO. The burgeoning star power of Manny Pacquiao, the quality of the fight bring out a great host of stars. Magic Johnson, Will Ferrell, Mark Wahlberg, soon to play a fighter in an upcoming movie. Derek Jeter got through a fight against the Phillies. The very great Roberto Duran. And for the second time in a row, just as he was here earlier for Floyd Mayweather against Juan Manuel Marquez, P. Diddy. Now let's go to ring announcer Michael Buffer to begin the pageantry in the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we respectfully ask all to remain silent for 3 national anthems. First, here to sing the national anthem for the Philippines, from Manila, La Diva, Jonalyn Virey, Acel Santos, and Maricris Garcia. La Diva.
Okay. You going first? They are going first? Okay. So how do you? The ladies are going first? Okay.
3 mics.
Bayang magiliw, pelas ng silanganan, alab ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay, lupang hinirang, duyan ka ng mag-ibig, sa manlulubi, di ka pasisiil sa dagat at mundo, sa simoy at sa langit mong bughaw, may dilag ang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal, ang kislap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagniningning, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di magdidilim, lupa ng buhay ay langit sa piling mo, aming ligaya na pag may mga api ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Grammy-nominated recording star Ednita Nazario to sing the national anthem of Puerto Rico.
La tierra de Borinquen, donde he nacido yo, es un jardín florido de mágico primor, un cielo siempre nítido le sirve de dosel y olvidan arrullos plácidos, las olas a sus pies, cuando a sus playas llegó Colón, exclamó lleno de admiración. Oh, esta es la linda tierra que busco yo. Es Borinquen la hija del mar y el sol, 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 del mar y el sol.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, here to sing the national anthem of the United States of America with special dedication to the fallen, the wounded warriors, and the men and women who served in the armed forces of the United States. Please welcome Ramiel.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Tail of the tape for Manny Pacquiao against Miguel Cotto. And remember, they are fighting in Cotto's weight class, the welterweight class, for his title. A 1-year age advantage for the Puerto Rican fighter. A 1.5-inch height advantage for Cotto. Can he use it? An arm length advantage of a 1/2 inch for Cotto measured from the armpit to the end of the fist. Manny Pacquiao weighed in at 144 and looked terrific. Some wondered whether Miguel Cotto could really make 145. No problem. Rules of the bout with our unofficial ringside scorer, Harold Letterman.
The Manny Pacquiao-Miguel Cotto fight is scheduled for 12 rounds using the unified rules of the Association of Boxing Commissions. There is no 3 knockdown rule. Only the referee can stop the fight. In case it is caused by an accidental headbutt, we go to the scorecards after 4 rounds have been completed, and you cannot be saved by the bell in any round, including the 12th and final round.
meal is a banquet. Every social gathering is a party. Every moment in the gym is yet another star power moment for the champion. This is life as big as you could live it, right here.
Has ever a man smiled as much en route to such a serious task?
And you know, when that smile can turn into a snarl faster than any fight I've saw since Roberto Duran.
Well, when you think of Duran, you think of killer instinct. What fans have fallen in love with from Manny Pacquiao is his devastating killer instinct. The knockout punch and the ability to apply it.
Yeah, all-around fighter. When you look at Manny Pacquiao and you look at Miguel Cotto, you think of the likes of like Roberto Duran, Alexis Aguero, nothing but born fighters.
Some people have suggested, Emmanuel, that because Pacquiao starts fast and Cotto seems to have no choice but to try to go with him, that the first 3 rounds here could be something like, do you dare say it, Hagler-Hearns.
Hagler-Hearns. Why did you have to say that?
Because I read it. Somebody else came up with that idea.
That could very well be, because both of these guys have boxing ability as well as one-punch knockout power, which makes it very unusual. So no one is going to say, well, I've got to win by boxing the other guy because I can't knock him out. So if either one of them gets hurt, it's going to be in serious trouble for whoever gets hurt.
That's how long I've been on you.
There's a movie in theaters right now titled A Serious Man. It's not about boxing, but that title could be the caption for Miguel Cotto's life. This is a very serious individual who takes everything in his life with extreme importance and devotion.
Very serious and very realistic.
This is a fighter who knows who he is.
I see 2 men who fought themselves off of islands 10,000 miles apart, meeting on this
out here in the desert
island
of the United
square.
States.
And
in the
together
US.
they'll earn upwards of $30 million tonight. Let's go to Michael Buffer for the official introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the MGM Grand of Las Vegas, Nevada, Mr. Bob Arum's Top-Ranked Boxing, along with MP Promotions and Cotto Promotions, is proud to present Firepower, the main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing for the WBO Welterweight Championship of the World. Sponsored by Tecate, Cerveza con Carácter, AT&T Go Phone, unlimited voice and text for $60 per month. Smart Communications, the Philippines' leading wireless service provider, and travel the world with Aero Mexico. And Pawn Stars, the hit show on the History Channel. In the ring at this time, cast the Pawn Stars, the Appraiser, the Spotter, Big Hoss, and Chum Lee. This contest sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission Chairman Pat Lundvall, Executive Director Keith Kaiser, WBO President Francisco Paco Barcarcel, At ringside, the three judges scoring the contest: Adelaide Bird, Dwayne Ford, and Dave Moretti. And inside the ring, your referee in charge of the action at the bell, Kenny Bayless. And now, for the thousands in attendance here at the MGM Grand, and the millions watching around the world on HBO pay-per-view. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! Fighting out of the red corner, standing with head trainer Freddie Roach, wearing white with red, official weight 144 pounds, professional record 54 fights, 49 victories, including 37 knockouts with 3 defeats and 2 even. He is a 6th division world champion tonight. He's going for a record 7th division title. From Sarangani province, Philippines, 6-time world champion, the challenger, Manny Pacquiao. And fighting out of the blue corner, with head trainer Joe Santiago, wearing white with red, official weight 145 pounds. Professional record, 35 fights with 34 victories, including 27 knockouts and only 1 defeat. He is the former undefeated junior welterweight world champion and current 2-time reigning, defending WBO Welterweight Champion of the World, de Caguas, Puerto Rico, Miguel Cotto.
Okay, trunks are okay here. Trunks are okay here. Gentlemen, Miguel, Manny, we went over the rules in the dressing room. I want to caution you again to keep the fight clean at all times, protect yourself at all times, and what I say, you must obey. Good luck. Touch him up.
Miguel Cotto was battered by an opponent who boxing believes had illegally loaded gloves. Now he faces an opponent who has naturally loaded gloves. How will Cotto deal with Pacquiao's power?
Round 1 begins. Freddie Roach is quite outspoken in saying this is just like De La Hoya and Hatton. It will be a wipeout and it will be over fast. Cotto's supporters say, you've got to be kidding.
I would
Good
say
jab by Cotto.
but I just cannot see that.
He snapped Pacquiao's head back with the jab, and one of the questions here, what happens to Pacquiao when he gets hit by a legitimate welterweight with a punch? Another good jab by Cotto. Timing on the jab is critical. Cotto has a knack for throwing it at the right moment. Manny just a little short with his right over the top.
You know, one of the things that Cotto, Pacquiao's always had guys who were straight up, and he would catch him with that beautiful straight left going back, or guys who was coming in slow, he could catch him with the right hook. But in Cotto, he's got a guy who's been down in a crouch position, which he's not used to, and a guy who's, I think, just as fast as he is, and physically a very strong guy.
Well, indeed, that's an interesting comment, because yesterday I said to Miguel Cotto, do you concede that Pacquiao has a big edge in speed? And he said, no, I train for speed. I concede nothing. I'm just as fast.
And you can see the power of his jab with the weight he's pushing Pacquiao back when he jabs.
At some point, we expect to see Cotto try to switch into a southpaw stance to see if he can land a right jab and keep Pacquiao back that way too. Pacquiao tries a straight left.
But Cotto caught it in the center with his right-hand glove. Pacquiao's very tricky. The thing about Pacquiao, he can be moving and pivoting and still knock you out and hit you with any punch from strange angles.
Yeah, but already you can see Pacquiao shows Cotto much more respect than he showed to De La Hoya and Hatton.
Well, he's experiencing better speed than he had to deal with in recent fights, in addition to probably feeling Cotto's strength.
The recent previous opponents of Pacquiao have been put on the defense by Pacquiao's speed, and so they have never returned his fire. What we're seeing here is Cotto returning and initiating fire to make Pacquiao mindful of him, as other fighters have had to be mindful of Pacquiao.
Another central issue here is spacing. It would seem to us that Cotto wants to fight close up to Pacquiao or far away, and not be in that middle range where Pacquiao's power might catch him.
Well, right now, Cotto has been fighting him at a distance and doing very well at it without even moving him to the ropes. And I think once he gets him to the ropes, it's going to be even more of an advantage to Cotto. But he's beating him right now with the jab.
Body shot by Cotto, or excuse me, by Pacquiao. Left-hand body shot. Cotto ducking and slipping, and now tries to get a body shot in on Pacquiao. Cotto is just as fast when he trades with Pacquiao, at least in the first round. So much for the first round knockout.
Max ang depensa ha. Hands up kami ha. Hands up kami. Alex, tira na pierna. Muy buenas.
Very nice round. Very nice round. Very nice. Lively with that left hand. Careful with his left. That's the only thing he has. You saw that, right? Push him back. You keep pushing him back, the fight is going to be much easier for you. Don't be desperate.
CompuBox numbers in round one. Both guys landed 12 punches. Cotto threw a few more. Cotto was 8 out of 37 jabs. Pacquiao was 6 out of 27 jabs. Cotto's connects seemed to be solider.
It's much better. His jab is going right between the gloves of Pacquiao, where Pacquiao's trying to shoot his jab on the outside. But right now, I think the impact of the strength of Cotto's jab is moving Pacquiao back more, and that's the difference.
And it could mean that Pacquiao has to take more chances coming in.
Cotto's a good counterpuncher, and he made the move to counter Pacquiao there a moment ago. Pacquiao's people, Freddie Roach, have said no possible way he can counter Manny. If he tries to counterpunch, will kill him.
Well,
but so far, Cotto's doing all right.
You see, you don't forget, Cotto has been in with speed fighters. He's been with Judo, with Mosley, and he's been able to deal with their speed. Pacquiao, to my knowledge, hasn't had to fight a fighter with the speed that he's having experience now. Even Marquez was not really a fast fighter.
And Barrera was on the downside by the time Pacquiao got it.
Yeah, but
good left to the body by Cotto. Now Pacquiao fires 3 punches, and Cotto sticks a straight right hand in return. Good left by Pacquiao. Pacquiao seems to be doing better leading with his left than leading with the jab.
He's landed with his left very good, but still he's landed on a full welterweight now.
Good jab by Cotto. Cotto ripping Pacquiao with hard jabs in both of the first 2 rounds. 3-punch combination, Pacquiao. And there's the speed advantage for Pacquiao. He starts to open up. Cotto tries to find a place to counter. Body shot by Cotto. Pacquiao landing a right. Both body shots blocked by Pacquiao's elbows. Cotto will keep going there anyway. Good left hook by Miguel Cotto. Crowd comes out of its seat for that one. Cotto right on the belt line with right hand. Kenny Bayless says keep it up. Filipinos booing. First time Pacquiao had his back against the ropes. Freddie Roach doesn't want to see it. 3 quick left hands by Pacquiao, 2 blocked. Pacquiao blocks Cotto's body shots. Cotto blocks Pacquiao's body shots.
Pacquiao's got to start throwing some shots up through the center on Cotto too. Because he's landing good shots, but Cotto just physically a bigger guy.
Now Pacquiao starting to show off the hand speed advantage and land some shots. Gets in a right hook.
And his ability to punch from angles while he's twisting and pivoting.
This is real crucial what's happening here for the rest of the fight. Is Cotto going to go defensive, or is he going to respond like he is right now?
He's going to punch so far. and he's going to see if Pacquiao can take his stuff. Pacquiao hits Cotto with a hard left hand, and another, and another. But Cotto can take the punch. He's not being knocked back. Good body shot by Cotto. Drops Pacquiao in the corner. What a round.
This is what we came for.
Miguel Cotto's family apprehensive at ringside. Wife and son, blank stares.
Come on, you're doing his fight. You're doing his game plan. Use your jab. Use your jab, solid jab, stiff jab, and you push him back. And then we let go our hands, all right?
No me jales los golpes para atrás.
Don't pull your punches back. You hear? Relax.
No me jales los golpes para atrás.
Don't pull off your punches. Every time you throw, you're pulling back. Push in.
Our shots in round two. Pacquiao had a big round. 33 out of 57, 21 in the last minute. Cotto was 16 out of 46. He made some impact too.
Spontaneous combustion in that last round. How will they respond, each of them, to what they saw and did?
Well, Joe Santiago asked Cotto to come back and throw more jabs, and Miguel begins round three with a series of jabs.
Manny punches so freely and fluid with his combinations. His punches come out where Cotto is not really a combination puncher as much as Manny is. And Manny can punch from all kind of weird angles, and that's always a danger when you come in slugging with him.
Plus, the footwork gets him into position to land.
He bounces off his pops. Very good.
Cotto bounces a left hand off Pacquiao's face as Manny was rushing in. Manny landed a little right hook in there and follows up by knocking Cotto down. First knockdown of the fight. The right hook stunned Cotto.
He came back with a right jab. He's getting more dangerous with his right hand recently than he has been with his left.
He's trying to use his right over the left of Cotto. I don't think Cotto was hurt, but let's see if Pacquiao can put some hurt on him now.
Well, let's see if Cotto can make it a 9-9 round. Pacquiao beating Cotto to the punch now.
Turns southpaw.
Now Cotto back in the conventional stance. Pacquiao landed a body shot. Cotto with a big left to the body. Hard right hand over the top by Pacquiao. He's landing that right hook now. Cotto goes right to the body. Three body shots.
I'm glad we're doing this fight on TV. Back in the old days, if we had been talking on the radio trying to describe the action, we would be just fumbling and over each other trying to talk. Almost impossible.
They trade body shots. Pacquiao gets Cotto upstairs under the chin. And they butted heads. No blood. Three hard body shots by Cotto. And the jab lands again. When Pacquiao starts throwing, Cotto lands his jab. Or stops throwing, Cotto lands his jab. Now, when Pacquiao throws, Cotto goes into a little shell because of all the speed he's seen.
That's Manny's rhythm to go in and out and punch on his
left
toes.
Hook counter by Cotto landed. Knocks Pacquiao back.
We've seen Cotto in these situations before, and he comes back. This is the most we've seen Pacquiao getting hit in recent fights.
Uppercut snaps Pacquiao's head back. Remember, Cotto has been down in the round and is trying to make it a 9-9 round.
No. Stop. Let him up.
There's a blood mouse under the right eye, Miguel Cotto. He lands the last left hook of the round. How it was scored could be critical.
Malalim. Ay, mira kaya. Hindi. Listen to me. Dad. Hindi tayo pwedeng sumabay sa laro niya. Pero yung laro mo ang gagawin mo. In and out. Alex! Good boy. He's fighting his fight. Stop fighting his fight.
Here's the right hook that started it.
The other's right hand that came right back after a left hand and Cotto didn't see it. Manny's very good with great reflexes and timing where he can see these little openings that very few fighters can see. That's why he wins a lot of his fights on close decision by knocking guys down.
And then Cotto was in a position with 1:50 to go in the round where he was trying to win the rest of the round and make it 9-9. And there was the uppercut with which he punctuated the round. CompuBox numbers. Pacquiao landed 23, Cotto landed 21. Harold, how do you have it coming to the floor?
Okay, Jim. 29-27, 2 rounds to 1, Manny Pacquiao. Jim, I got to tell you, Manny Pacquiao, I think the guy would be the fastest one in any division that he fights in. I mean, the hand speed is absolutely tremendous. I thought Miguel Cotto did enough to win round 1 with that real good left jab. Manny Pacquiao gets an extra point to round 3 for the knockdown. 2 rounds to 1, Pacquiao.
Cotto popping Pacquiao against the ropes. So far, round 4 has belonged to Miguel Cotto. Now here comes Pacquiao beginning to open up his offense. Little body shot with the right hand.
Pacquiao seems to be taking Cotto's shots. Well, we'll see if they accumulate over the course of a fight that doesn't appear to be a short one.
Step back, fellas.
Not so far, although anything can happen at any moment.
Very seldom I saw a fighter that can fight the way Pacquiao can fight, moving in and out, punching from all angles, and a variety of punches, and everything from a rhythm. You know, as Harold said earlier, he's got speed, but not just speed, but punching power, and that's with either hand.
But since the knockdown, it seems Cotto has tightened his defense a bit. He's not getting hit as much since the knockdown took place.
He really didn't make a mistake when he got knocked down. It was one of those perfectly timed move punches, which Manny is known for.
Flurry of punches for Pacquiao. Cotto finally answers back with the right hand. Straight left lands for Manny. Does he have Cotto in trouble? No, Cotto's firing back. Pacquiao against the ropes. Freddie Roach thinks this is a very bad idea. Cotto pounding away. He's got the big advantage when Pacquiao's against the ropes.
Cotto has beaten down bigger fighters.
I think he's taking a breather, but I don't think he's hurt. You know, he had a good flurry right there. He's rested up. But at this point, he's catching every punch that Cotto throws.
Well, the reason he's taking a breather, Manuel, may be that he's taking more punches than we've seen him take.
Well, you know, he's got a guy that's not just saying that Cotto can beat him physically handling, but that's Cotto's style anyway, is to be a bully. Some guys are bigger, but they're not known for being physical.
He may have gone to the ropes to let Cotto throw, thinking he could counter him with something big. Now it's Cotto whose back is against the rope, and he fights his way off and goes down again. Cotto landed a big left-hand shot, and then Pacquiao caught him with the right hook again.
And Cotto was hurt by that knockdown, where he wasn't hurt by the first one. Only a few seconds left in the round.
And it ruins a round that Cotto was on his way to winning.
But that's why I say Manny is so dangerous. He got unbelievable reflexes. It's hard to change him.
Crowd is on fire after 4 fabulous rounds.
Come on, breathe deeply through your nose. Inhale. Come on, you're doing his game plan. Box intelligently. Stalin, come on. Let's go. You're more intelligent than he is. Let's go, let's go. We can do it. We can do it. We can recoup. We can recoup. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's recoup.
Here we see Manny Pacquiao do what he does the best. Land punches with some all kind of angles and positions where no one else could even have a defense against him. That's what he's known for. It's very difficult to trade with him.
And this time it was the left hand that caused the knockdown. The right hook helped, but the left landed right on the jaw.
And even with Marquez, in the fights with Marquez, the particular second fight, he won the fight because of one of those similar knockdowns.
Well, 10 fights ago, Eric Morales beat Manny Pacquiao when he out-dueled him with his left jab. And at that point, Freddie Roach made a determination that he was going to make Pacquiao into more of a two-handed fighter and train his right hand. What an amazing learning curve it's been since then.
So far, this may be Pacquiao's best performance, given the opponent, given the punches he's taken.
I agree. It's more impressive than what he accomplished against either Delahoy or Hatton, because Cotto's in sensational shape, fighting his fight at times. and is a much more live body than either of the other two guys.
Miguel Cotto is what I call a strong puncher. He's not a dynamic puncher the way Pacquiao is.
We look at Pacquiao. Isn't he a beautiful machine? And he can punch combinations from it so fluid, loose, and be moving with his rhythm in and out, in and out, in and out, and punching it from all angles.
He is accumulating punishment against Pacquiao, or excuse me, against Cotto. It remains to be seen if Cotto can continue to take this for a long series of rounds. And Cotto has slowed down since the first couple of rounds. His punches don't have the same speed now.
Watch your heads.
He pushes Pacquiao to the ropes. Pacquiao puts up the guard, and Cotto backs off.
Pacquiao's two hands have been better than Cotto's one. The left hand is the major weapon of Cotto. The right hand does not have the striking power, whereas Manny comes from all angles with power, with both fists.
Uppercut, snaps Pacquiao's head up again. Pacquiao was stunned by a left hook there as he came off the ropes.
Well, Cotto has won the majority of the last two rounds, but in the last round it was a 2-point loss by him because of the late knockdown. Here again, he's winning the round, I believe.
But Cotto don't seem to have fully recuperated from that second knockdown to me. Even though he's doing good, he still seems to be a little bit on shaky legs.
A flurry at the end for Pacquiao. There's his father, Rosalio Pacquiao, who left his family when Manny was a boy, and they have been separated for decades. And this is the first time that Rosalio Pacquiao has ever seen his son fight live.
Yeah, we gotta get the in and out motion going, but we can't let him lead us. Don't let him come to us. All right? Okay. Back him up with the in and out motion.
Okay. Huwag mong pabayaan. Huwag mo siyang pabayaan na siya papasok sa'yo.
We can do it, we can do it, we can turn it around. We can turn it
Don't
around.
let him come to you.
Let's do it. Come on, baby, we're here with you. We're with you, we're okay. We can get it done. Let's work it. Let's work it, move to your left.
There are a lot of voices in Miguel Cotto's corner, and frankly, I heard nothing in Jerry Olaya's interpretation to tell me that he's getting any tactical advice.
No, and there's a little desperation there. It's early for desperation. I think they think that Cotto is hurt, and they're trying to summon his will for him. You saw Cotto kiss his father there for a moment, as if pledging that he will stay in there.
And Harold Letterman agreed with us that Cotto won the last round, narrowing the margin to 3 points.
Cotto doesn't seem to be alert as shot. Manny Pacquiao, just look at him, seems to be fresher, more alert, more crispier with his punches.
Left hand for Pacquiao. Cotto having trouble dealing with Pacquiao's speed, as does every other opponent Pacquiao faces. Left hook landed in there for Cotto.
Pacquiao is unbelievable little machine. I'm looking at it, and even the two knockdowns were some real weird punches. He went a left up between the gloves. It wasn't an uppercut, wasn't a hook. And then he lands a right jab from an angle to score that. Now there he goes again. Weird punches from weird angles. He can sense the right punch to throw at the right time.
I think he senses that Cotto is weakening, and he's trying to see if he can finish him right here. with more than a minute to go in the round.
Cotto's been down twice in the fight. Both times from punches he could not see. They were coming too fast.
There wasn't even standard punches.
Straight left hand lands for Pacquiao. Cotto backs off again. Cotto just misses with a big left hook that would have done damage. Pacquiao peppering him with punches against the ropes. Eventually, Cotto's eyes are likely to swell up from all the punishment he's taking.
Stop. Sit back clean, fellas. Over.
Despite the speed disadvantage, there are times when Cotto shows you his great skills. Now he switches southpaw, pause for the right hand, switches back into the conventional stance, lands a jab.
I wanted to see what would happen when a fighter of this size came back at Pacquiao, and we're seeing it. Pacquiao is handling it, and then some.
And Cotto is beginning to retreat constantly, and he almost went down again on a solid left-hand shot by Pacquiao. And Cotto tries to finish the round and lands a thudding right hand right on Pacquiao's chin, and Manny grins as he walks away. Cotto's wife, Melissa, it's a pretty long distance from which to shout at her husband.
You gotta be intelligent, just like we're doing it, but don't stay on the ropes. Don't stay on the ropes. Okay? Just a little Vaseline. Don't stay on the ropes. Use your jab. The jab and move. And that hook is effective. And repeat it.
Right here you see Manny Pacquiao land a right hand coming back one other again, which he used to have. It used to be strictly a straight left hand punch, and now he's put that right hand in there. And now he comes right back with the left hand again. You can never read him and figure out what he's going to do.
And Cotto bent all the way over on his back leg on that and almost went down, then came back and landed a hard shot to finish the round. Power punches in 6, though. Pacquiao swamped him, landing 34 to only 8 by Cotto. Harold, how do you have it halfway through the fight?
Okay, Jim. 58-54. 4 rounds to 2, Manny Pacquiao. Jim, the guy is explosive. The punching power is unbelievable. The speed is unbelievable. The way he circles and uses that ring, absolutely gorgeous ring generalship. He puts Miguel Cotto where he wants him, and then he wraps him with both hands. Tremendous ring generalship by Manny Pacquiao. 4 rounds to 2, Pacquiao, but Pacquiao with a 4-point lead.
Hard right hook by Pacquiao. Left uppercut by Pacquiao. Landing more or less at will now. Cotto has been softened up for the kill. Pacquiao may go for it in this round. Who at this table saw Henry Armstrong?
But Henry Armstrong didn't have this kind of punching power. He was wore you down, but this guy has great punching power as well as footwork. Unbelievable rhythm. I'm just amazed with how he can move and punch him like a machine warmed up from all angles.
Is he better than Henry Armstrong?
Well, Armstrong was a volume puncher. He wasn't a knockout puncher. He was called a perpetual motion machine.
I'm making the comparison, of course, because of Pacquiao's facility for going up in weight as though it doesn't matter. Armstrong won the featherweight championship, the lightweight championship, the welterweight championship, almost won the middleweight championship.
They ended with a draw, controversial draw when he fought for the middleweight title.
Against a Filipino fighter named Seferino Garcia.
Doesn't look too good for Cotto at this stage.
Well, now it appears to be a matter of time.
Yeah.
Cotto seems shell-shocked at this point from all of Pacquiao's damage, which doesn't mean he's backing off.
If nothing else, it's how well that Pacquiao has taken his best shots.
I think right now I'm looking at Cotto's mind. It's like it's given now. He's may having flashbacks in a different way, but to Margarita, that's a situation where he's having a real problem of dealing with. The speed to rhythm and punching power, Pacquiao is just too much for him.
Every once in a while, he'll settle into a groove, land 3 or 4 jabs in a row, and look like maybe he's getting back into the fight. Then Manny unloads his arsenal and peppers him with right hooks or left hands, and suddenly reality sets in again.
He's never hurt Manny, and Manny has hurt him probably at least 2 or 3 times in that.
Correct.
Well, he's decided now to try
And his
simply
face
to box with Manny now.
Yep.
He's not going to attack him except on occasions. He's trying to stay outside and win with his jab.
That's the template that beat Shane Mosley in Madison Square Garden. That was a different kind of fight.
Sigue moviéndote, esquina a esquina, lado a lado.
Keep moving, side to side. Come on. Box, circle him. There go. How are you? Come on, keep your hands out. Keep your hands up, keep using.
A doctor went to Cotto's corner, or a member of the commission, I should say, went to Cotto's corner and asked him if he was okay continuing, and Cotto looked at him like, come on, I'm fine. Pacquiao with a 64-14 edge in power shots over the course of the last 2 rounds. And it almost looks like he's just toying with Cotto in there now. Larry made a good point about how Pacquiao's 2 hands are better than Cotto's 1 hand. Cotto's done pretty well sometimes with his left jab. What's missing is the powerful left hook, which was once one of the sport's best weapons.
Well, but he landed it a few times, and Pacquiao hardly flinched.
That's what's amazed me too. He's never been able to hurt Pacquiao. He's landed good shots, and Pacquiao's taken them to come right back, and Pacquiao's hurt him, which is just the opposite of what I expected.
So we knew everything else about Pacquiao, about his offense, about his punching power, about his speed. Now we know that he can take the punch of a very sturdy welterweight. Gets a little better every time, doesn't it? The Manny Pacquiao story?
Well, the interesting thing here is many of the experts, inside boxing people, thought this fight was a sort of toss-up, or that Manny should be a little bit favored. But the betting public made him almost a 3-1 favorite. So far, the betting public has been smarter than the insiders.
Well, what was that old saw about a good big man beats a good little man every time? But in this instance, it's a good big man against a great, great little man.
He's a machine. I mean, I very seldom see a guy that punch where he punches. He punches with such speed, such rhythm, everything, and as I said earlier, you can't really figure out what he's going to do because he can hurt you with punches and not even stand-up punches.
And when Cotto lands something, Pacquiao grins, and Cotto hurt Pacquiao's right eye with that last left-hand shot. Cotto covered his left eye with the glove.
And he seems to be in full tactical retreat.
Absolutely, just as he was in the late rounds against Margarito.
Well, we talked about the difference between the illegally loaded gloves and the legally loaded gloves of Pacquiao.
Interesting, the decision to just box is yielding better results than the earlier firefight that Cotto was engaged in. But now Pacquiao's backing him off again. Got him against the ropes. Tries to end it with one big left hand, but missed.
And he's fighting Cotto as if Cotto doesn't have any punching power at all. He's just walking right through him now.
The interesting thing to me is he came to us as a whirlwind brawler, and now he's this complete fighter who can box you, or when he punches, still punches like a real puncher. He holds nothing back.
Again.
You wonder if relatively inexperienced trainer, call him novice trainer, Joe Santiago, has the nerve, the wherewithal, the authority to throw in the towel for Miguel Cotto if it gets any worse than this.
Right here, we see Manny Pacquiao shoot his patented punch, which he was known for, straight left hand, right down the pipe through the center. You know, earlier those punches were not landing as effective, but now that Cotto's tired, slowed down, he's hitting him when he wants to. If I was in Cotto's corner, I would be seriously thinking about stopping the fight.
Do you think that Joe Santiago has the nerve, the authority, the wherewithal to do it?
I don't know, but he
I think
the referee, the doctor was probably the commissioner.
No, Cotto runs his own show. He's still out there. He's still fighting. He may not be able to win, but that doesn't mean he's going to give up. He had to deal with all the stuff after the Margarito fight about putting on his lunches. He told us, you remember, that if not for that fight, he might have resigned in the fight against Clottey because of the eye cut after 4 rounds. But he knew he had to go to the end, and I think he feels that way tonight.
And predictably, our interpreter Jerry Olaya assures us there's been zero discussion in Cotto's corner of the idea of stopping.
But you know, Clottey is one thing. Clottey didn't throw that many punches. You know, he was just that's how he was able to get by it. He's with a different guy in there. This machine that he's in there tonight is totally different.
Clottey gave him a pass in the 11th and 12th rounds.
Yep.
If Clottey had been more aggressive in the 11th and 12th rounds, probably this fight wouldn't be taking place. Cotto almost landed a big left-hand shot, but it glanced off Pacquiao's cheek. Pacquiao gets right up under Cotto's chin and rips him with the left uppercut. Cotto backs into the corner. He's in big trouble now. The fight could end in a matter of seconds. Miguel is holding on.
He can't hold his ground. He can't see the punches coming.
Trying to counter with something, but it's almost comically slow compared to what Pacquiao's throwing at this point.
This is a human typhoon.
Kenny Bayless is within his rights in stopping this. Cotto's taking a ton of punishment. He's a high-quality fighter and a high-quality individual.
And he cannot get away from a sharpshooter.
He deserves to be protected.
Well, Freddie Roach's other prediction was 9 rounds.
Freddie's been pretty good at this, huh? Cotto landed a left hand. Manny walked right through it. Walked right through it.
No. Let him up.
Speed kills.
Maybe Melissa Cotto will throw in the towel. If you're backing up all the time and you're on the defensive, it's hard to plant and throw a power shot.
Yeah, Cotto is not a power puncher. He was a power puncher while he was on the defense. It'd be different. But he's a power puncher when he's hunching forward and punching going forward.
But it's hard to do that against a guy who's constantly storming it.
Is it enough? Is it enough? One more. I'm going to give you one more. Just one more. One more to react. Come on. Throw it to the side. Listen, more jab. More jab, Stallion.
If they're thinking one more, then this is the time. You should do it one before.
And this is how Melissa and Miguel Jr. reacted to that exchange in the corner. And at the end of the round, these two people left the arena. Obviously, Melissa simply did not want Miguel's son to watch his father take any more punishment.
This is almost like a firing squad against a traitor.
Harold, your numbers are academic at this point. Give them to us.
88, 81, 7 rounds to 2. Manny Pacquiao, and I agree with you guys 100%. They should stop the fight.
I don't. I think that Cotto deserves the privilege to go out on his terms.
Well, his terms are going to be painful, but he did just land a right hand. There's just very little chance at this point that Cotto can plant his feet long enough to land something really damaging. And if it hadn't happened to this point in the fight, why should it happen now?
It's almost as if Cotto's real goal now is to hear the bell at the 12th round. I don't know if you can say he's conceded, but he has to know he's behind and he's not trying to catch up.
Well, you heard Joe Santiago say one more round, and if the rest of the round looks like the first half of the round has looked, then he'll surely get one more round after that. This is not a lopsided round yet.
Pacquiao seems like he's took a breather because he feels he's got total control over the fight. So he just took a breather for the first minute. So now he's going to step it up now.
I think he's done that several times. I think he's taken 30-second breaks at the beginning of several rounds.
Yes.
And then stepped it up.
So much confidence in himself, and there's no respect for Cotto's punching power, which is a surprise. So he's going to do what he wants when he wants and take a break when he wants.
Do either of you recognize the names Rustico Toricampo or Mejin Lukchao Pormasak?
Who are they, Jim?
They both have knockout victories over Manny Pacquiao years ago, before he hit the big time.
Freddie Roach wasn't there yet.
That's right. Freddie would never have allowed him to lose to Pacquiao Pormasak.
I asked Freddie the other day if he was training Cotto, what would the result of the fight be? He said Pacquiao would still win.
Well, if you're going to bet on one commodity, bet on speed. Once again, that truism rises to the top.
Let's go, let's go. Sit, straighten up your legs. Good round, good round. One more round like that if we can. Yeah? We can do one more? Look, we do one more? Yeah.
Okay, Brad. Umiikot sa isang direksyon lang. Sa isang direksyon na siya umiikot, sa isang direksyon lang. Pag-ikot niya, cut ka. Taga-ikot niya, cut ka. Kuha mo. Huwag ka na sa lubid kasi 2 round na lang. 6 minutes na lang, matatapos na. Lamang tayo. Ha? Brad, biglayin mo sa katawan. Okay, Ferry, let's go, man.
Fight him for 3 minutes.
As round 10 looms ahead. Check it, round 11. Round 11 looms ahead. That drum beat you hear building in the background is fans' expectations of Manny Pacquiao going against Floyd Mayweather.
Well, the sudden explosiveness and power of Pacquiao tonight was too much. It seems too much for a good man and a good fighter.
By all accounts, this fight is a huge pay-per-view seller, exceeding by a wide margin the number of pay-per-views for Mayweather versus Marquez, and that was a stunningly big number. You can only imagine what kind of an economic storm might surround Pacquiao versus Mayweather if and when it takes place.
A tough negotiation, but there's enough money on the table for them to figure out a way to divide it.
I think all the economic meltdowns in the world couldn't prevent this one. The amount of money that's going to be piled up for Pacquiao and Mayweather. Does he want to close the show?
I think that Pacquiao
does he want to close it right now?
One big moment. Now he's going to go all out to try to end the fight.
Cotto bleeding profusely from above the left eye. Cotto bleeding from his mouth and his nose.
He took a round and a half off to rest, and now he feels he's going to go in
He's going to go in for the kill now.
Pacquiao is looking for KO 11 right here. Cotto still fighting, still showing you his enormous courage. Hard right hand by Pacquiao. Cotto using all of the space in the ring. 400 square feet of space. Cotto's using it all.
Full retreat. Same as against Margarito, even against Ricochet at the end of the fight. Looking up at the clock, trying to figure out how much time. He just wants to survive for his own pride.
I actually believe that Manny really sometimes don't want to even hit him anymore.
Well, there's great respect between them. There was no trash talking. Roach had to do the trash talking because these two guys made pretty clear that they like each other in the build-up to this fight.
Well, on the other hand, Manny Pacquiao can factor in the fact that he thinks he's won the fight, and how much effort does he have to do it, to dramatize it with a knockout.
And now the crowd is booing Cotto's retreat. A difficult moment for such a proud warrior.
And Pacquiao stares at him dismissively for running.
There's one left? Yes. Let's go. Let's go. What? Let's finish it. Let's keep it going. Come on. Jab, jab, eh? Use your jab. Use your jab. Keep your jab. Come on, let him come to you. Just let him come to you all night. It's okay. You just keep on your plan. Keep on your plan. We're here with you. Come on, when you're short, throw yours.
No, you can't.
I have to wonder, will Miguel Cotto ever be great again? And how much more can Manny Pacquiao show us?
I would say you have to doubt he'll ever be great again. And Kenny Bayless looks like he's looking for a chance to stop the fight.
Yeah, he's virtually almost running in. You can see him getting ready to get in position to stop the fight.
Pacquiao looking at Bayless now as if to say, what is the point? I have to chase and chase and chase.
No, he's saying, are you going to fight or should I stop it, is really what his motion means.
In the corner between rounds, Miguel Cotto's father, Miguel Cotto Sr., wanted to stop the fight and was talked out of it by the others in the corner, including head trainer Joe Santiago. Now Kenny Bayless does his duty.
We thought Manny Pacquiao was great. He's better than we thought.
The 50th win of Pacquiao's now legendary career.
I would have to call him an all-time great. I mean, I am very impressed. Not just so much with just this performance, but he's been since 2001 fighting the best fighters all the way from featherweight all the way up now to welterweight and been performing on a top level with every fight. I've never known a fighter to do that.
TKO 12. Victory for Pacquiao. Second loss of Cotto's career. Next question. Is Pacquiao good enough to beat Floyd Mayweather?
Keep running, you stop chasing him.
Let's take a look at highlights from throughout the fight. The first couple of rounds looked fairly even. By round 3, Pacquiao's speed began to show up. He caught Cotto with a blinding right hook inside. Cotto went down. Round 4. Cotto was winning the round and seemed to be getting back into control of the fight when Pacquiao caught him again, this time with a left uppercut. So a second 2-point round in a row for Pacquiao. Now he was in control on the scorecards. In the 6th round, another perfect right hook by Pacquiao, and Cotto almost went down again. Round 8, more punishment, and by now it was becoming sustained, gut-wrenching punishment. Hard left hand by Pacquiao. Round 9. Cotto trapped in a corner, and following this exchange, if you want to call it an exchange, this assault by Pacquiao, Melissa Cotto, wife of Miguel, closed her eyes and moments later left the arena, taking her son with her. Round 12, Cotto in full retreat, Pacquiao hammering him. Kenny Bayless stops the fight. Let's go to Michael Buffer for the particulars on TKO 12.
Ladies and gentlemen, here at the MGM Grand, referee Kenny Bayless steps in to call a halt to this contest. The official time, 55 seconds of round 12, the final round, the winner by TKO victory, and new WBO Welterweight Champion of the World, the fighting pride of the Philippines, Manny Pacman Pacquiao.
Too fast, too powerful, too good again. Final CompuBox numbers, another Pacquiao landslide. Just as was the case against De La Hoya and Hatton, Pacquiao with big edges, nearly doubling Cotto in punches landed, throwing 183 more, and landing at an astonishing, really, 43% connect percentage. Meaning that he landed probably more than half of his power punches. Yep. Well, almost. 49% of his power shots at 276 out of 560. If he had landed 4 more by CompuBox count, he'd have been at the magic 50 number. Cotto, 93 out of 100. It's acceptable against a lot of fighters. He landed some pretty good-looking shots. They just did nothing to Manny Pacquiao.
You know, Jim, it's not just the punches that he lands at such accuracy and precision that you watch both knockdowns were when they were in the middle of exchanges. And that's why he has great eyes.
And we're always fond of saying, Emmanuel, that you get hurt by the punches you don't see coming. This guy's capable of landing more punches you don't see coming than just about any fighter I think I've ever seen. Let's go to Larry Merchant in the ring.
Thank you, Jim. Congratulations, Manny. Early in the fight, it was give and take, and then you knocked him down twice. Was that where the fight turned for you?
Our plan and strategy for the fight is not to hurry, take time, because we know his strategy is he's gonna counter. So that's what we heard in the camp of Cotto, and we were very careful in the early round because we don't know what happened.
You were hit more times in the first half of that fight than I think in the last several fights. Did at any time he hurt you or sting you or make you think, well, I've got to do something else here?
I'm trying to, to test his power, and in the early round, that's why I want to get hit in the body, in the head, and when I control the fight, I go aggressive in the fight and make him pressure.
The first knockdown in the second round, he was winning the round decisively. What did you see, and why were you able to turn that around and the whole fight, as a matter of fact, at that moment?
On that round, I'm looking for a knockout shot. That's why I didn't throw a lot of punches, and this timing, and the last minutes, I hit a good punch to the right hook.
Are you saying that because he really was trying to attack you and use his size against you, you thought that there would be openings that you could exploit?
That's what I heard. I heard that he's bigger than me and stronger than me. That's why I try to aggressive the fight and fight toe to toe. And I just want to try to his power.
You were far ahead, 8th, 9th rounds. He was weakening. He was retreating. What were your thoughts at that time?
Sir, I tell you on that round, I really focus and very careful timing because he's looking for a big shot, looking for a one-punch knockout, and I keep pressure him, but I'm very careful for his counter.
You wanted to knock him out in the last few rounds. You didn't want to just win a decision, correct?
Yeah, we try our best the last round to try to knock him out because that's what my trainer says, and
Did you think they would stop the fight before that 12th round?
Oh, exactly. I thought in the 11th round, I thought that they're gonna stop the fight, but I'm surprised that he's continued the fight until 12 rounds.
But you didn't show him any mercy.
I know.
All right, let's turn to the future. Everybody here is thinking about your next fight. Everybody was anticipating that this would be a stepping stone toward a big showdown with Floyd Mayweather Jr. Have you thought of that fight?
My job is to fight in the ring, and I think that's it depends Arum, my promoter Arum, to negotiate that fight, and I'm just gonna take vacation first and spend time with my family and have fun.
Do you have any preference who you would like to fight next?
For now I don't know. Like what I said, I'm gonna take a vacation and spend time with my family because this is not an easy fight tonight.
It was a hard fight for you, you're saying?
Yeah, it's a hard fight. Cotto is tough opponent, and he get hit a lot of solid punch, and he didn't get knocked down, and he didn't quit.
Can we say for sure that this is the last weight class you're going to move up to? Or do you think I need bigger trees to chop down?
I think for me, definitely this is the last weight division that I'm going to fight. Even my trainer, he agreed for that because 154 is too big for me. 147 that's my regular weight.
What do you think is going on in Manila and all over the Philippines right now?
I'm pretty sure the Filipino fans they're gonna screaming today, and they're very happy for the victory that I gave it to them. Especially, I'd like to thank to all the Filipinos who came here from the Philippines, especially the first gentleman and the vice president of the Philippines are here tonight, and also all the politicians and the Filipino. To all my countrymen, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Freddie, you said first round, but nobody really who knows you thought you were serious. But you said 9th round, and that sounded serious.
I did, and I thought we were going to break him down a little bit, which we did, and I thought Manny, if he put the pressure on, I could get him out of there, and he finally did, and I just was... early in the fight, he kind of was testing Miguel's power and laying on the ropes a little bit too much. But once he got in his rhythm of the fight, it was no problem.
When you saw Cotto getting off pretty well on him, attacking him, landing some strong jabs, did you thought, well, we've got to go to plan B, or how did your process go?
Well, I was worried, because Cotto came out, he fought a great fight. At the beginning of the fight, he was fighting very smart, and then Manny had to make the adjustments. And once Manny used his feints and his movement, it was too much for him, too much speed. And he wasn't using that at the beginning, but once he started getting into his rhythm, it was no problem.
Who would you like to see him fight next?
Well, the whole world wants to see him fight Mayweather. I mean, I want Mayweather.
Thank you, Freddie.
Very good. Nice shot. Nice shot.
No, in English.
All right.
I try to.
Miguel.
In English, yeah.
Miguel, thank you for staying on to speak to us and to your fans. We appreciate the effort you made tonight. It looked like you got off very well and you felt that you could assert your strength against him and your jab. What happened?
No, you don't have to tell me anything. You know, it's part of my job. I'm here for try to bring all I can for all these fans here. And I'm pretty proud of what I do in the ring. And, you know, I lost it tonight, but it's too much road on my way.
Did his ability to punch from angles that you couldn't see make the difference in the fight?
Yeah, really made the difference. You know, he jumps and throw, makes a lot of difference because I didn't saw from where the punch come to me, and I didn't protect myself from the punches.
You have fought some of the best welterweights of our time. How does Manny Pacquiao rate against the opponents you've had?
I fought everybody, you know. Miguel Cotto comes to boxing to fight the big name. I'm always available. And Manny is one of the best boxers we have for all time.
You took a bad beating at the end of the fight. There were some people in your corner, your father, who would have preferred for you to retire earlier. What were your thoughts as the fight was winding down?
No, I prefer. I told to Joe to stop the fight when the round 11 was over, but I think better and I prefer to fight. It was my decision, and thanks to them for respecting my decision.
Will you continue to fight?
Yeah, I will continue. I will fight. I will continue fighting.
Thank you for a great fight.
Thank you. Thank you to everybody.
Jim?
Beaten as a fighter. He'll never be beaten as a human being, at least never badly, that's for sure. Well, Emmanuel Stewart, let's promote Manny Pacquiao, which is about as much fun as you can have in boxing right now. The crowd voted for Mayweather. Roach voted for Mayweather. Another option would be to fight the winner of Shane Mosley, Andre Berto, particularly if it happens to be the more prominent Shane Mosley, and try to get title control of the welterweight division before going on and making the Mayweather fight even bigger money. What would you do?
No doubt, you have to go to Floyd Mayweather. When you have a fight that's been made by the public, it's more so than the fighters. That was what happened with Tommy Harris and Sugar Ray Leonard. When the public said, we want that fight to happen, it's going to happen. And I think they'll come together on the money. But it's going to be a very intriguing fight because Floyd is a technical fighter. He knows how to lay back and box a little bit. And it's going to be a lot different than it was fighting with a guy who bends forward. You know, it's not that great on the defense. But I think the fight is going to happen. It's just when and who will get what in terms of money. I think it should be a 50-50. I think Manny has earned his position as an attraction. And to me, not pound for pound fighter champ today, he is one of the all-time greats. I put him up there with the Ray Robinsons and Ali's.
Let me try to get a quick answer, not a long answer to this one. Juan Manuel Marquez, like Pacquiao, regarded as a brilliant, dynamic, offensive fighter. 2 fights with Pacquiao, one was a draw, and one was a controversial 1-point win for Pacquiao. Mayweather completely shut him down. Could he completely shut down Manny too?
He possibly could. Not that easy because the one thing that Manny has, he has balance, he has rhythm. Marquez has no footwork. And Manny can punch from weird angles. I mean, all of those knockdowns in most of his fights are not even standard punches. He finds gaps. Unbelievable. That's a gift that I don't think you can even teach.
All right. Thank you very much, Emmanuel. Larry Merchant, the Manny Pacquiao legend grows, and it was already pretty big.
You know, we sort of thought he was as good as it gets. Maybe he's better than it gets. I think of Manny Pacquiao going from zero to hero, which is a saying that fighters have, having come from the circumstances that many or most of them do. But he's also gone from hero to Nero, to the emperor of all he surveys, at least for the moment, at least until somebody can knock him off. But no matter what happens in the future, the fact that he's fought so many of the best fighters of his time at every weight class will mark him very well and very high in boxing history.
Indeed. Well, it was the columnist and author Tom Friedman who told us that the world is flat. In boxing, the world is flat enough right now that the biggest star in boxing for Latin Americans, for everybody on the Pacific Rim, for everybody in the third world or the undeveloped world, whatever you want to call it, and even for a huge number of Americans, is a once poor kid from the Philippines who has risen so far that he's almost out of sight. Manny Pacquiao wins again.